Okay, everyone, I'm back. Hope you got some candy, some popcorn, and some soda. Or iced tea if you're a Maria Tortilla. Let's continue on with part 2 of my Heidi reading. Where was I? Oh, yes. Fräulein Rottenmeier was basically teaching them mathematics. And then the next morning, Heidi y sus amigos were having breakfast. Kim Song Lee ate plenty of kimchi for breakfast, while Heidi was eating nothing but French Toast Crunch and some Dippin' Dot cereal. And Heidi actually resembles Sandra Lee from Semi-Homemade Cooking. You know, welcome to Semi-Homemade, I'm Sandra Lee. So, Kim, any particular activities we're doing today? Not that you think of it, we actually do. We have some scientific experiments we have to go through today. Oh, that's right, scientific experiments. So, Fräulein Rottenmeier basically made them do lots of crazy scientific experiments. Like combining some yellow chemicals with some blue chemicals to make them all green, verde. Meanwhile, in the darkest sewers of Chicago, there lived a bunch of rat gangsters and lizard gangstas. Yep. Rodent gangsters and reptilian gangstas, like P. Diddy or LL Cool J. The rodent leader of the rodent gangsters resembles Humphrey Bogart, while the reptilian leader resembles Dr. Dre. We're gonna pull a big heist, eh? Yeah, a big heist. Yeah, totally gnarly, dude. This is Dr. Dre. And we also need to find a way to get rid of Heidi, that obnoxious little girl who sounds like Sandra Lee. I know what we should do. We should try and pull off the Cinderella and Thumbelina routine. Monsieur, that is not going to work. You see, Heidi is too clever for that. Yeah. It's just a bit complicated, mein Freunde. Mein Leader. It's just not going to work. Don't worry, our rodent leader has another plan. Instead of the traditional Cinderella and Thumbelina routine. Because I've read those stories. We need something more ghetto. What do you mean, more ghetto, boss? You know, reptilian boss? Don't worry about a thing. We'll find another way to get rid of her. I got it. Quoi? Was? Nani? ¿Qué pasa? We pull off the Alice in Wonderland routine. You mean with Alice, the white hair, the Mad Hatter and the March Hare and the Queen of Hearts? Oui, that is a brilliant idea. Why didn't we think of that before? Yeah, I've always wondered about that idea. But I have a feeling Heidi is too clever for that.
fact, we should find some real professional help. Meanwhile, at the local Quick Trip near the city, we see a 16-year-old boy named hold on a sec. We actually meet a 16-year-old boy named Friedrich Yoshimitsu, along with his father, Hans Iwamatsu. Yep. Friedrich and Hans. And his mother, Johanna Nozawa, who are half Japanese, half German. So Friedrich was basically buying a couple cans of Pringles, a 12-pack of mug root beer, and a bag of veggie straws. And after they left, Friedrich saw Heidi actually were cooking up some school lunches for her friends, including Kim Song Lee and Giuseppe Fontanella. So it was actually break time at Fräulein Rottenmeier's crib. You know, the MTV style crib. During her 2-hour-long lunch break, Fräulein Rottenmeier was wearing a t-shirt with the rock band Korn and listening to some metal music like Korn, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Rob Zombie, Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Megadeth, Pantera, Metallica, etc. While Heidi was listening to some Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky, Ludwig van Beethoven, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Johann Sebastian Bach, Johann Strauss, Giuseppe Verdi, Gioacchino Antonio Rossini, Luigi Boccherini, and Antonio Vivaldi. So, Friedrich introduced himself to Heidi, or Heidi in Japan, Nippon. And Heidi didn't realize that Friedrich actually speaks really fluently in English, German, Japanese, Spanish, Latino, Swedish, and Brazilian Portuguese. But in their respective languages, it's English, Deutsch, Nihongo, Espanol, Latino, Svensk, and Português do Brasil. So you must be Heidi, huh? Hajimemashite, konnichiwa, o genki desu ka? Mucho gusto. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Superashi, arigato. Muy bueno, gracias. Muito bom, obrigado. Das gut, danke.
Yes, I am Heidi. Did you want to try some of my Black Forest cake?
Black Forest cake, you say? Why didn't you say so? I love Black Forest cake. Because it's actually from Germany. Deutschland. Deutsche. So, Heidi really became really in love with Friedrich, since they're roughly around the same age. Yep. Heidi and Friedrich. So Heidi and Friedrich spend a lot of time together without Fräulein Rottenmeier knowing, because she was too busy listening to some Korn albums. You know, Korn with the R in reverse. Believe it. Date Bayo. Then Fräulein Rottenmeier was also watching some Naruto. Well, in Japanese with English subtitles. The first place Friedrich took Heidi to was to the Swedish bakery combined with the Brazilian fogo de chão. And Friedrich loved the same things that Heidi does, including foreign cuisine from across the globe. From German to Japanese to Swedish to Brazilian. From Germany, Japan, Sweden, and Brazil. Okay, that should be the end of part 2 of my Heidi reading. Stay tuned for part 3 as I continue the story. And I'll be right back after these messages, so stay tuned. And don't touch that dial.